that there, you ain't never coming last. Fuck your man, you know this gon' make him mad. Lord, let me show you how to move, let me show you how to get that there, you ain't never coming last. Fuck your man, you know this gon' make him mad. Lord, let me show you how to move, let me show you how to get that there, you ain't never coming last. Fuck your man, you know this gon' make him mad. Lord, let me show you how to move, let me show you how to get that there, you ain't never coming last. Fuck your man, you know this gon' make him mad. Lord, let me show you how to move, let me show you how to get that there, you ain't never coming last. Fuck your man, you know this gon' make him mad. Lord, let me show you how to move, let me show you how to get that there, you ain't never coming last. Fuck your man, you know this gon' make him mad. Lord, let me show you how to move, let me show you how to get that there, you ain't never coming last. Fuck your man, you know this gon' make
Fart.
Just a walk.
Yo, what the fuck, bro?
Fuck.
Is that Jason? Yo. Type shit. Yo.
Hello.
Is that a duck?
Do you have a Roku TV?
Yeah.
You look like you have fluff here.
Yo, what? Hey, can you do the floss for me?
The floss?
You do the floss, bruh.
You do it.
If you do the floss,
I don't know how to do the floss.
I don't either.
You don't know how to do the floss?
No, I do.
It's literally just
You do it, bruh.
I can't.
You can't do it either?
so sad.
You sound tired.
Or stoned. Go to sleep, bro. Get some rest.
Type shit. Yo. Yo.
I mean, you know. I'm coming.
Nigga. Yo, what am I watching, bro? Yo, can I smoke the blunt with y'all?
Go.
That's what's up.
You said, what up? Oh my god. I'm so dyslexic. Wait, that's not Can you skip?
So what's up with you? Yo, what up, bro? What up, bro? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. What up, chat? What up, chat? Yo, chat. We finna be reacting. We gonna be today. We gonna do a video. We're gonna do a little YouTube video right now. We're gonna be reacting to I'm gonna do a video right now, chat. So anybody that's in this live stream, if y'all in here, thank you so much. And let me know. Let me see. Hello? Alright, yo, what's good, YouTube? It's that boy Chris here, and we're back with another video. And I've been gone for a little minute, but today's video, we're gonna be reacting to more three creepiest childhood memory horror stories animated. Let's get straight into the video, y'all. With no doubts.
Growing up, I wasn't a small kid. No, I'm not going to be ashamed to say it. I was fat. Medically, I qualified as obese, and I suffered from some pretty severe depression following my parents' divorce. There was an emptiness in my life when my mom went off and left us, and I filled the void with food. I'm not that person anymore, but I'm not going to be ashamed that I was either. That's the kind of thing that leads down the path that I followed in the first place. And by the time I started high school, I welled way over 200 pounds and I was very big. I hated gym class and I dreaded the showers even more. It's not like everyone in my grade was some jock or anything like that, but
Just go to
I was
gym,
by
bro.
far the biggest boy in freshman year.
Yeah, bro.
The only upside to it is that I was a tough little guy as well. The bullies soon gave up on any kind of physical violence against me because I could take it. Shove me against the lockers, I just bounce back.
And,
Literally, too, I guess.
and you going and he gonna let him. That's the thing, chat. Yo, chat. He gonna let him. He not gonna do nothing about it. He just gonna let him. That's on him.
Slap my fat rolls, I had a very high pain threshold. Call me fat? Well, yeah, I knew I was. I could hardly deny it. I didn't love hearing it, but just pointing out that I was a big boy only stung internally. And so, yeah, I was bullied and it did upset me, but I was great at not showing it, and I think a lot of the kids respected that. There was one kid, though. His name was Neil, and he was as skinny as I was fat. Now, I was pretty short for my age, but he was a whole head shorter than me, a really tiny guy. But he wasn't some adorable little shorty. Neil was a mean one, and no mistake. You could tell from the glint in his eye and the perpetual smirk on his face. And rumor had it that Neil could be such a bully that he once made a senior guy cry. Nobody really seemed to know exactly how Neil was a bully. Kids just knew to be wary of him and keep away from him, and this resulted in a couple of things. One, Neil had no friends. Nobody wanted to actually spend time with him because he was so unpredictable and supposedly volatile. Now, sure, people would be polite to him and nod hello in the halls, but nobody wanted to sit with him at lunch or invite him to social events or anything like that. And two, it meant that some of the more physical bullies had it in mind to take Neil down. And that's where I came in. One day I was sitting alone eating lunch in the courtyard because, like Neil, I also didn't have any actual friends.
Yeah.
And so who should come and sit beside me?
I'm gonna be real with y'all. So that must be tough if you don't have any friends, especially if you're in school. It's tough.
But Neil himself. He asked if I wanted half of his sandwich, and to be honest, it did look really delicious. I really didn't know what to do. Neil, this famous idiot, was offering me food. Was there some catch to it? Like it was filled with razor blades or something? In the end, I decided that I was more scared of what would happen if I said no, so I took the sandwich. And this seemed to make Neil happy, and even more so when I actually ate it. I didn't really know what to say after that, so I just sort of asked him if he was having a good day. Neil ignored my question and told me that he had a proposal for me. Neil basically proposed that I act as his bodyguard, and in exchange, he'd make sure that I wasn't the target of bullies. I told him I wasn't really bullied anymore these days, and he grinned, that sort of snide grin that he had, and pointed out that this was because he had left me alone so far. It was a good point. Neil had never bullied me, and I wasn't sure that I wanted to find out what would happen if he did. And so I agreed to be his friend and bodyguard, and this arrangement somehow lasted all the way to junior year. Neil used me to cause all kinds of trouble. He'd pick on certain kids, really vile stuff, and then have me threaten to fight them, or in most cases, take any blows that would have been aimed at him. Sometimes he'd force me to beat up younger kids, younger than myself, as we got older. In junior year in particular, we saw a few freshman targets that Neil took great delight in having me hurt. Now, you may be wondering how Neil managed to have such a hold over me, especially since I wasn't that particularly thin-skinned. Well, Neil managed to find that chink in my armor, my mom. Anytime I tried to push back against Neil or deny him, Then he'd throw a barb my way about how my mother had left because of her disgusting fat son and her autistic daughter and her fat arsler husband. Neil also seemed to know pretty intimate details of the man my mother had run off.
Yo, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. If somebody calling you fat, bro, at that point, bro, you might as well do something about it, bro. Cause how you gonna sit there and cry cause you fat as shit, bro? You can go do something about it, bro.
With and what she was doing now. When I asked Dad about this, he got really quiet and just sort of asked me who I'd heard this from, which was all the answer I needed. Neil was able to use my mother against me quite often. That hurt. It really hurt. And so I took the path of the coward. I chose to hurt other people instead of letting Neil hurt me. And I know this makes me a bad person. I regret all of it. But it is what it is now. And like I said, I'm going to call things as they are, although in this case, yes, I am ashamed of who I was. Neil's influence over me almost ruined my high school career as well. My report cards went steadily downhill. Dad never punished me. He just got kind of sad. One time, he was a little bit drunk, and he asked where he was going wrong with me and what he could do to help me to get back on track. And it just about broke my heart. And instead of facing up to that, I said something incredibly mean to him that I still apologize for to this day. I told him he could stop being such an embarrassing loser. Now, meanwhile, I developed a reputation at school for being a bully and someone to avoid, so Neil was my only friend, really, for years. And somehow, Neil managed to twist things so it looked like I was the ringleader and he was my sidekick, so any trouble we got into, it was usually me who took the brunt of it. I remember one time, Neil persuaded me to scratch up the paint on the car belonging to one of the most popular seniors in school. If this guy had caught me, I think he was one of the few people in the school who would actually outdo me in a fight, and he would have pummeled me into the ground. Thankfully, we got away with that
I
one.
mean, you bigger than him.
Towards
so
the end of
who
junior
knows?
year, Neil developed a crush. The girl in question was an unassuming, bookish girl who was quiet and kept to herself. You know the type. Now, she was also the girl that I'd had a crush on for the last year as well, and I'm pretty sure that Neil knew this. Neil told me that he had a plan to ask her to date him. He just needed some time with her in the art classroom, and I had to stand guard to make sure nobody came along and unlocked the door. Now, I might have been a dumb kid, but I wasn't stupid. I knew that there was absolutely nothing good about what Neil might have planned, and so this one time, I said no. And Neil went nuts. Apparently, there were a lot of things that he'd been holding back, things that he knew about my mom, and according to him anyway, how my stepdad had been abusing my sister. And then he had all this evidence on his phone of my involvement and all the bullying, cut and edited in a way that looked like I was the sole culprit. In particular, there was minutes of footage of me vandalizing the senior's car. Neil threatened to reveal this to them and to reveal to the whole school the kind of loose
You might
woman
as well
my
beat his
mother
ass.
was
Just beat his
and how
ass.
she was allegedly pimping out her own daughter. And at that moment, I saw red. By this point, a lot of my fat had turned into muscle and I had a huge growth spurt. Neil was still tiny. I picked my bully up by the waist. I slammed him down on a table into the empty classroom we were conspiring in. And the crack I heard was almost as terrifying as Neil's screams. I knew I'd done something really, really terrible. Something even Neil didn't deserve. And when it all came out, I didn't protect Neil, but I didn't try to protect myself either. I deserved a lot of the blame and I wanted to take it.
Love Roblox? Earn Roblox digital gift cards with Microsoft Rewards.
After this, being sent to a military academy was my own choice. I'd scared myself stupid with my own rage, and I'd hurt people and I'd gotten out of control. Neil's family wanted to press charges, and the military academy also served as a compromise. And this is also how I found out that the man my mother had left the family for was Neil's father. This whole time, my new stepdad was Neil's biological dad who walked out on Neil's family when Neil was just a baby. And I can only guess that the whole thing was intended as some sort of roundabout revenge against me in the end. Military school was the making of me, really. And I took it like a duck to water. I graduated and then joined the military, where I'd stay there to this day. I hate the person I used to be, but I'm proud of the person I've become. And I heard that Neil took a very darker path and never tried to better himself. To a larger extent, I blame myself for this. I certainly see him as a victim in many circumstances. I try to make up for who I was every day. I serve our country, I donate to charity, I send money back to my dad to help my sister's care. Thankfully, Neil's claims of abuse towards my sister were lies aimed to disgrace his dad. Apparently, he's not even that bad of a guy. I don't want to know him, though. I just want to keep making amends for allowing one of the most effed up people I've ever known to dictate, dominate, and destroy my childhood. You may finish this story by hating me and thinking I'm a terrible person, and I wouldn't blame you, but I'm trying. I wish Neil had done the same, and from what I understand, he's done some pretty terrible things in the years since I've known him, and I can only hope that one day he takes his first steps onto the road to redemption that I'm attempting to walk myself. You can't take back the things you do, but you can try and make amends for them, even if it's too little and too late.
All right, y'all. That's gonna be it for today's video. Um, this was a really interesting video. Really, it was, bro. Literally, it was basically just about a fat kid who was getting bullied by this one kid, and then basically just fucking. He was a follower. He was just a follower to him, and but he changed his ways, went to the army, this and that, and he became a better person. But yeah, make sure y'all drop a follow. We're gonna be streaming more, and make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this. But I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace, y'all. Wait, hold on, I forgot to say something. Yee yee, boys. The best. Yo, chat, what's good? Chat, what's goody, my big fellas? What y'all doing? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today, chat? Should I do ometv, chat? Yo, chat, what's good? Let me show you how to boot. Let me show you how to get. Yo, what's good, chat? Oh shit, they can hear me. Yo, chat, how y'all doing? How y'all motherfucking doing?